everybody. Hey, guys. How's it going?
It's Watching the Elite live time again.
Fantastic.
We forgot about last week.
We did. We apologize for that. Like we said from the beginning,
culpa.
we're going to do these as often as we can, but that's not every week, so...
Life got in the way.
That's true.
Well, why don't we introduce ourselves? It's Frank's channel, so...
Oh, yeah. So, you'll probably know me. It's me, Frank. Obviously, me playing PUBG. Now I'm on a couch with my buddies.
That's true.
Talking about the sport of professional wrestling.
It's the big orange couch. We stole this from Snick.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dumpster diver.
I'm on a list now.
Yeah. We had to burn all the gack off.
It's true. It's true. And the big ear of corn. It's popcorn now.
Who are you?
Yeah. Oh, I am Charlie and Tosca, other co-host.
Joaquin Poblete. Thanks for being with us again. What's up, Emperor?
Yeah, hey, Emperor. Hopefully we sound okay. Let us know if anything isn't sounding...
How's our green screen looking this week? I think last week was peak green screen.
Yeah, we're working the kinks out. Hopefully we'll have a better visual presentation next week.
We have some nice cameras.
We said that a little while ago. We're baby steps.
Yeah.
It's baby steps.
I just had a Sunday, by the way, not Dippin Dots.
Okay.
The ice cream of the past.
I don't like Dippin Dots. It's not for me.
What? Great spawn con.
Not for me.
Well, neither does Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, so there you go.
No, I'm a Dippin Dots guy.
Okay. All right.
But also, like, you actually finally patronized the gentleman who parks his ice cream truck blaring ice cream noises at night on our street, often ruining the podcast.
That's true. We thought
we're a little out of
focus. we know we're trying to work with a webcam that's supposed to be for one head. We have 3 heads. Makes it a little bit of an issue. Bear with us. Once the screen goes small, you won't be able to tell.
Yeah,
that's
the trick. We're gonna do a bit of that.
I'm actually naturally out of focus.
That's true. That is a problem you have. It's a genetic thing, right? Yeah.
I'm
Which
fuzzy.
is really strange.
It's because Joaquin's a genetic freak, and he's not normal.
There it is.
He has a 33 1/3 chance of doing today's recap.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We're starting a little late this week, so let's get right into it. But first, any big takeaways from last week? Well, I missed talking about the show. It was a good BTE last week.
It was.
Oh,
It
man,
was
last
one
week
of the best ones in a while, I think.
Yeah,
Classic
same.
BTE, good stuff. I mean, the highlight from Dynamite last week, Darby Allin and Jericho, and then the big tag match that sort of set up our match tonight, which is Moxley and Pac. Right.
It's crazy that Darby Allin, primetime superstar,
getting
in
a lot of
2019.
shine, looking good,
dude. And this week, you know, I kind of miss Darby.
Yeah.
That's and you know what?
Probably see him on Dark.
I mean, yeah, you can see him on Dark, or you don't. And the heart grows fonder because you're not gonna see Rio on Dark this coming week because Rio's back in Japan.
Right. Yeah.
In Stardom, wearing that sweet AEW Women's Championship.
Looking pretty good. I'm actually surprised that so many of the guys appear so frequently. Like we haven't, Kenny's been every week. The Bucks have been basically every week.
Right.
Except for maybe like the second
Well,
week.
I think that if you're going to an AEW show and you don't get the Elite, even in dark matches, you're gonna be a little butthurt.
Well, I guess that's what it is. I was assuming that they'd be mostly appearing in those dark matches for Dark and stuff, but like they've been kind of all over the main show too. I'm surprised they aren't trying to cycle the talent through more.
Right.
That was sort of one of the big promises was that you wouldn't see every guy every week, and like for example, Britt Baker's everywhere.
Well, yeah, but also Joey Janela made his TV debut this week.
It's a good point. That's a good point.
So they're still, I mean, they're gonna put their big draws out first. Yeah. But guys like Private Party and Darby, like, there's a bunch of new guys who are getting the shine already.
Right. Yeah.
So
they're making new stars.
Well, okay. Speaking of Private Party, let's go to the main show.
All right.
This week.
Yeah.
One second. I'm gonna you start. I'm gonna slide over so we know what we actually are looking at.
Okay.
Because I realized I took down the screen. So
that's all right.
See what song we're playing.
It's all right, man.
Episode 4.
Yes.
Started in media res.
It did, which was exciting.
Final 4 of the AEW Tag Team Tournament.
Yeah.
No entrances. Already in the ring.
Yeah.
See, that's what we look like now.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me
what are we doing? There we go. Perfect. Yeah. Fantastic. All right.
But actually, before we move on,
I
forgot there's a thing that we said we'd start doing.
Okay, what's that?
Big idea before we start going over the night. To me, the big idea this week, tell me if you agree, Emperor.
Yeah.
And we'll still in the chat room. Everybody who needed to got their heat back.
Sure. Yeah, I think so. This is a big episode for the faces.
Yeah.
So the end of last week and then most of this week.
Yeah.
Seemed like. Yeah.
I just noticed we got like a little bit of like.
Oh yeah. Well, what can you do?
Hey, you know what? Let's go to the screenshots. Let's go to the first match.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's not the first match at all. That's not the first match at all.
No. All right. Well, let's take this a little digression into Wardlow.
Wardlow. messed up my hair there.
We last saw Michael Wardlow.
Yeah.
Beating up people in a parking lot.
Yep.
Sure did.
And this week we got to see Michael Wardlow get super jacked in the gym and just get to the fucking face.
People, by the way, must have been shot at one Fall Factory.
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really quickly, online, people are saying that he looks like Rusev. I think, again, chat, let us know what you think. Marty on steroids.
No. Ethan Page, Brian Cage.
Oh, see, I was gonna say Flip Gordon, Brian Cage.
So
you know?
he's basically if they did a fusion dance.
Exactly.
Like the Unbreakable effing machine. What are they called?
I don't know. Yeah.
They were the Unbreakable.
They got
flipping machines.
The flipping machines. The flipping machines did a
Yeah.
fusion dance. I don't think that Brian Cage is an otaku.
No, probably.
Nor
not.
do I think that Flip is an otaku.
You think he's? Oh, you think he's posing?
No, I don't think he's ever
But
pretended
he took.
to be.
But he took Japan.
Yeah.
Come on.
Marty and
Yeah,
Flip
that's
take
true.
Japan.
You don't have to be a nerd to go to
Yeah.
Japan.
That's
Trust
true.
me.
That's
Okay.
true. What'd you guys think of this? Oh, go ahead.
Oh, so we changed the presentation of Michael Wardlow.
Yes.
He's no longer a bruiser in a parking lot. He's a serious gym man.
I think he could be both.
I mean, that makes sense to me.
I think that was an introduction to his character, and now
Yeah.
basically we're saying, but he's been working out because now he's going to wrestle. Here's a question for you guys.
Okay.
Okay. Do you think that Wardlow, is he going to be shot to the moon, or is he going to be in the card right away?
Okay, so remember on NXT, they debuted a guy who kind of looked like Michael Wardlow.
They do like every 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was like some big tall guy, and they did
Yeah.
vignettes for him, and Samoa Joe just choked him out, and you didn't see him again until the Greatest Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
I forget the guy's name.
Yeah.
Are they gonna do that to Wardlow? I don't think so.
Mansoor?
I think they're invested in this guy.
And he's going to be the first homegrown guy, because remember, as we discussed on WTE Classic, when
There's a podcast you can get on iTunes.
It's true.
Yeah, well, that's where you might be listening to this. He is a guy that got rejected by other people.
Sure.
So he's going to be a homegrown AEW. He's going to be maybe the first homegrown AEW guy.
Would you say that he went from undesirable to undeniable?
I don't think he's going to do that.
Oh, no, you don't think so?
So let's just zap back to AEW Dark.
You know what?
We're just digressing all over the place.
Undesirable to undeniable did not work as a segment.
No,
Because you didn't ask the actual question.
It also feels very negative. It's like, remember when everyone thought you were a piece of shit?
Yeah.
I like
You
it. The
big
branding
pi-
is
you
strong.
big piece of shit.
Yeah, basically.
I do think that branding...
You're not a piece of shit anymore. Congratulations. I signed you.
I do think that Brandy was involved in this because it's heavy branding, the way they just say the same words.
Heavy brandying.
Heavy brandying. The problem is that Cody is talking half the time.
Yeah.
He should be talking a third of it.
And also-
Jim Rossi is not.
No.
Yeah. Also, get specific.
Sure.
I don't no, we don't need the fluff here.
Yeah.
It's just like if you do like a from zero to hero segment or something like that,
Yeah.
it's just like, hey, what do you feel like was like the lowest point in your career?
Yeah.
Okay. And what do you feel like now?
Yeah.
And like, do you feel like you're at your pinnacle?
Well, you need to say the words.
But what's your pinnacle?
You need to say the words from the
undesirable to
and also
undeniable,
you
yeah.
need like a bunch of like sassy gospel singers
Sure.
in the background, a la Disney's Hercules. 'cause he said,
Branding.
Oh.
it's here to hear.
Just like that.
I mean, Hercules is a dope movie.
It is a good movie.
That's true.
Yeah.
Apple Man. Okay.
Okay, so
let's get into this.
Michael Wardlow. Okay, next image.
All right.
Okay, first
All right.
match.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, what? These are the images.
Yeah.
They look. There's the nice
You
images.
know what? I
He's
bet
like-
honestly, everybody on chat, you've seen it.
I would fucking hope so.
If you haven't, I mean,
And why are you going to us? Watch the show.
yeah,
We
Where
are
are your-
supplementary
Where are your
material.
buddies you're hanging out with after
After.
you watch the AEW and want to talk about it?
yeah.
Yeah.
So, Private Party go down to the Lucha Brothers. I think it's the right finish right now for
Yeah.
those guys. This was not as sharp as the Bucks match by any
No.
stretch.
Quinn was exhausted.
Yeah.
And they had to point out that they were a little gassed.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It wasn't selling.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was exhausted.
But I wonder. I don't know. For a while, I thought he was selling, but they just sold him as gassed.
Yeah, I think that's a little. They're doing some heavy lifting for him.
Yeah.
The story beats in this match were great. So unlike the last match where the Bucks sort of took them for granted, that's not what the Lucha Bros are going to do. The Lucha Bros sort of bided their time. They hung in there. They hit all their big moves, and then ultimately it was Private Party making that one mistake.
Yes.
That cost him the
Well,
match.
so here's the thing. This match was very moves with a Z.
Sure.
As
yeah.
they say.
Well, I mean, JR at one point, like he was exasperated. It's basically like, is someone gonna go for a damn pin?
Well, I will say,
Yeah.
JR still brought the gravitas to the proceedings.
He did.
Because he basically said, okay, the team that's going to win is the team that puts a string of moves together.
And then goes for a pin.
Basically, yes, and goes to, win the
JR just described what's known as a wrestling match.
Right.
I'm gonna spit on the mic. God damn it.
Oh, by the way, Furry, thank you so much for your 12-month resub.
Whoa,
I
hey,
appreciate it.
nice.
awesome.
One whole year. I gotta get those badges up. I keep on saying this. I've been saying it for weeks.
man.
I got my the first
Badges. We don't need no stinking badges.
Wait,
right?
no, we need badges.
Oh, we need badges.
We need
Okay,
badges.
sorry,
Yeah,
okay.
it's official.
Ah,
But JR was mad. Okay,
he-
JR was.
he got better as the night progressed.
Okay. At the start of the show, okay, you start your show.
Yep.
No entrances.
Yep.
No
I liked
open.
I thought it made it feel
And
like
media rest, just like...
I mean, they added a
just like
match.
the
They had to
Odyssey.
cut some
it's
entrances.
a packed show.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a very, very packed show. And I like that it was a super packed show where it had the main event finish that it had.
Yeah.
But getting a little ahead of ourselves. Lucha Bros, Private Party.
Yep.
JR was mad. He didn't quite know what to make of like a lot of stuff there.
Yes.
He was mad that the ref wasn't getting people out of the ring.
Which is
And-
a refrain every week, it seems like.
And since the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Either ask him to stop saying it.
Yeah.
Or do something about it. This is like what, week 3, 4?
Week 4.
Week 4 on TV. It's been a month, and JR has complained every week about people not getting out of the damn ring, the ref not getting people out of the dang ring.
Yeah.
He got happy when Bryce got the Lucha Bros
Yes.
out.
Yep.
I like that they talked a little bit about the Lucha Libre tag rules in this one
Yes,
to
That was
explain
cool,
it.
yeah.
To
JR's like, that don't make any damn sense.
it's a tag match.
Yeah.
Or Pittsburgh!
Well, no, it's just like, yeah, but, in Mexico, it's just like a trios match, dude.
Yes.
There's just 3 guys, no tags
Yeah,
involved
exactly.
in
Yeah,
the
exactly.
name of that.
exactly.
But yeah, I think they gotta work that one out.
Yeah.
It's like, hey Jim, let it go. Or you know what? Maybe tell your guys to not do that.
I think that's. Honestly, I think a lot of it is just like there's nobody backstage that's gonna try to tell Jim Ross how to do his job,
Well, and
for
look,
better or worse.
There's
Yeah.
nothing wrong with that ultimately because what's up,
Hey.
Sean Queering?
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay. Hello.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hello. I think that it was, even though it was very moves and JR was pissed, it
Yeah.
still sold sort of a real sports psychology, and maybe I was put in that mindset because they said this is the final 4 of the tag
Right.
team.
Oh, yeah,
tournament.
He did like the 1st and 8th seed thing
Yeah.
again.
I
was
like that. That was cool.
mwah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I love all that.
Yeah.
By the way, like I think they changed this on Dark last week.
Yeah.
You can see all the win-loss record better now.
Yeah.
On the,
They've made them bigger
Yes.
on the
Yes.
nameplates. Yeah.
it matters.
It does.
And you know what? They're not going to hide it.
Yes.
Yeah.
In
Which is
there,
cool. Yeah.
which
What
is
were,
cool.
what were you?
I was gonna say at the end of
Oh,
the
what's
day-
up? You recommended Go to Okada on.
Oh hell
on
yeah!
Saturday.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Oh,
That's
man.
a dope match.
We gotta still make those Goto Club shows.
That was one of my favorite episodes of the season last.
Yeah.
That was great. Yeah.
Yeah,
We-
absolutely.
By the end of it, we were all Goto stands.
Absolutely. You
That's
did
right.
that genre queering. Good job.
That's right.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much
Ah, little synergy. We've got a New Japan match coming up.
Oh,
in
that's
the
true.
Regular season.
We
I'm
do.
really gonna
Look
say
out
what
for
it is.
Comes out
It's-
tomorrow. It's Bob Sapp against Kensuke Sasaki.
Yeah,
There you go. Yeah.
it's Bob Sapp time.
Are you into
Oh,
it?
thank you so much. I really appreciate
Thank
it.
you very
Thank
much.
you. Are
Yeah.
you into Inokiism?
Yeah.
Let us know.
All right.
You'll
Yeah.
find out what we
Yeah.
think. But Private Party lost because they're inexperienced. They
Yeah.
lost track of the legal man.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
the
it's
legal
very
man
That
finish
was a huge moment, which was great.
The legal man finish was great, and you got the right announcers to call it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and you know what's funny? This actually reminded me a lot of I'm wouldn't be surprised if there was criticism online because the chuds like to complain about everything.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't like this is the same kind of thing where remember when people give shit to Britt Baker for going for the wrong corner to tag out her partner?
Yeah.
And it's like
Yeah.
no, she had been injured and she was confused and that's real.
Yeah.
Same thing here. They were sort of they didn't know who was the legal man and
They're
it cost them
young.
the match. They're young, they're inexperienced. And then also the other big thing that kept them from winning this match, Phoenix is like one of the best wrestlers in the world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And
Yeah.
Pentagon, still actually secretly one of the best.
also that.
Yeah. Dialed back a little bit on Sierra Miedo Man this week.
He
Yeah.
did. Actually, they're getting more into like the vicious stuff. They bring in the
Well,
arm breaking.
Well, once you got the Perros Del Mar,
yes,
like it's just like, oh, this is heel Pentagon.
Well, and okay, so
And now he's breaking everyone's arm.
Yeah.
I will say I'm gonna bring it up in the next match.
Okay.
And I want to transition into that, but really quickly, I have a huge note here,
Mhm.
and I want to get into it really quickly. I hate the silly string.
That move, is that the
Why do they have to do it every time?
the back?
I hate the backflip move.
Yeah,
Everybody should have this scouted at this point.
I like the silly string.
It's kind of like the wacky line. I would like it less, like 50% less.
Chat, what do you guys think of the silly string as a move?
Yeah, please let us know.
I watched some clip that someone posted on Reddit of Kevin Owens mocking the wacky line.
Oh yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Like Dean goes for it, he just shoves him out of the ring, and then Kevin just like lays on the ropes.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
I missed that Kevin Owens.
Okay, so next match.
Okay,
yeah.
John McCreary not in on the silly string.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Okay, there you go. Yeah. Okay,
Let us
so
know what you
well, in
think,
between
everyone.
this, we already talked about Wardlow. That was in
Yes.
between this. So
We
yeah,
talked-
next match is
So-
right into.
Right into the next match in the Final Four. But the
Yeah.
cool thing is, so what you guys were talking about is Penta got serious. Was the Cero Miedo. I'll tell you
Phoenix,
what.
and again, Phoenix, a huge standout. JR was all about Phoenix
Yes.
in this match, and that felt very real to me.
Yes.
I love the idea that
Spoiler alerts. Jeez.
Yeah. Come on, these are the pictures. We're a review show.
That's true. Look, the thing is,
Okay, so we're talking about tonight's NBA game. I'm not going to say who won.
We'll get to that in the
Recapping.
fourth quarter, the recap.
look, my point is, Penta, Cero M,
Uh-huh.
very serious. SCU were serious because you know what? They didn't do the business when they came out, and the commentators brought
Probably
it.
also no time, but yeah.
But no,
it
no,
worked out.
they worked
Yeah.
out. There's
Yeah.
it was a character moment.
Yeah.
It was like, look, CD's at home.
Yes.
You got like, we're serious about taking this home. Really quickly, kayfabe, in kayfabe.
Okay.
What's CD doing at home?
Trying to get his arms to work.
No.
Physical therapy.
No. He's trying to buy some comic books.
That's
true.
because he
Okay.
likes some comic books.
Yeah.
Do ya?
Yeah.
Do ya?
Maybe he's
Do
maybe
ya?
he's buying copies of No One Left
That's
to
very
Fight.
true.
Oh,
That's
no
very
one to find a
Yeah.
good friend of the show over
Exactly. Yeah. I hear that's great.
Oh, but you guys missed the biggest thing ever.
Oh,
The most important thing to
for
me.
you, for Frank.
Specifically for me. We got a vignette for the Dark Order that said nothing about them.
Okay.
Hey, no, but there were little fire embers.
And also the song.
And they slowed down the Dark Order.
the song that
Okay.
plays is better than their theme.
No, okay, all right.
During that package.
all right.
Actually-
Pretty cool.
You know what? Maybe it's all in the theme. Maybe I just hate their theme.
I think you just hate their theme.
I
They
just
got,
say-
they got new gear, or at least
Yeah.
new like come down to the ring
Yeah,
gear,
yeah.
entrance gear.
Okay, actually,
Player
so,
Uno, like, Evil Uno, again, his gear sucked this week.
No, they updated the tights. He has like little strappy leather
And
bits.
I don't like the bits on the back of the mask.
Oh, I kind of like it, and he's got better teeth now.
So-
Oh,
for
the
those-
front of the mask looks
Yeah.
They're
awesome.
figuring it out.
Yeah, they're
for
figuring
those
it out.
who aren't aware, Frank he's if we're playing in a game of copper drop, he is dropping the Dark Order. He's not buying in yet. But I will
Okay.
say,
yeah.
But 100% buy on Super Smash Brothers.
sure.
This
Right.
It's a Dark Order gimmick. It's not the guys.
Remember, Super Smash Brothers though, they were a hot tag team. They just disappeared for 5 years.
Where
I
were
love
they?
that.
So,
I
okay.
love that. I
I
love
gotta
Where did
say,
they
that.
go?
This
I
is a big
absolutely
week.
love that.
First
Yeah.
off, it's the best match they've had in AEW.
Dark Order
Yeah.
needed it.
Yes.
Yep.
Uno
Two.
needed it.
Two, I'm gonna point out a big moment besides what I really did love Excalibur.
Yeah, no,
selling
it's
the lights.
fantastic, yeah.
They were great. They left. They got weird. It introduces some mystery,
Mhm.
makes them an enigma. Big moment in the match for me.
Yeah.
At one point, Uno cooled Stu down when he was accosting Aubrey,
Yes.
right? He was
Mhm.
basically like, shh.
He's a mastermind.
He's
Yeah.
the mastermind. And then basically he went out and
Yeah.
he stiffed Kaz. But that also started basically a string of heelish acts. $1 in the mark jar, for those who know.
Yeah.
And honestly, we're starting. First off, they probably listen to the show because, of course, they do.
Of course. Well, I mean,
Because
why
we
wouldn't
are
you?
the
Yeah.
oldest and best AEW podcast.
That's true.
right.
Oldest
I
and best.
think they're starting to kind of, put the shading on it. Put
Mhm.
like sort of like they're starting to hatch around the edges. It's starting to look
We're
like a
4
well-developed
weeks in,
drawing.
and this is their first appearance on the main show. Give them some time. That's all
Yeah.
I'm saying.
I agree.
Yeah.
AEW has been fantastic at
He
making.
does need a cool singlet. I
He
agree.
Evil
Oh,
Uno, yeah.
okay. Well, we'll let. You know what? I'm more interested in that than what I was personally
And a
saying.
jacket.
Okay, so Scorpio Sky has that like cool like Ginyu Force like shoulder
Yeah, it's
pads he
great.
comes out with
Yeah.
sometimes. That's Evil Uno's new gear.
Oh, that'd be interesting. Yeah, yeah. Like kind of the
Hodgepodge
shoulder-
though.
Yeah.
How cool would that be?
Give him like some armor or something.
He needs a cape.
Yeah, give him D'Lo's chest protector.
Ooh, I'd like that too.
That would be cool.
Did they make a chest protector in triple XL?
No. He's 225 pounds, like me.
Oh, okay.
JR is not off this.
We'll
by
not
the-
stop talking about it. It's
I
Yeah.
mean, JR is not a body positive guy.
no.
And JR is not about Evil Uno, which but he is all about Stu Grayson. He's so ready to put Stu Grayson over. When you say that, he's talking about how he's been trained in martial arts since he was 6 years old. Like,
Well,
JR's breathless talking about Stu Grayson.
Here's the thing: if you built a sports entertainer from the ground up, it'd be Randy Orton.
Uh-huh.
But if you built somebody for combat sports, Stu Grayson.
Of course, yeah.
Or Kyle O'Reilly.
Yeah, don't call him Dick.
Yeah.
Don't call him Dick Grayson.
I love that.
Oh my god.
Kudos to SCU for managing to keep their heat during their to keep the energy up with the crowd during their comeback moment when the Inner Circle was showing up. Very distracting. I get why they had to put this here. Very crowded show. Not a lot of time for
Also,
individual bits, but it did take away a little
I kind of love it.
No,
Also,
no, it made sense in character.
They're playing the Inner Circle straight heel.
Yes,
They're not like cool heel. They are not.
exactly.
And
They're trying to steal the show.
It reminded me of that like ECW One Night Stand bit where they had like the SmackDown and Raw superstars like watching the matches.
Yes,
And
yeah.
they'd like boo them.
Yeah,
and, like,
throwing the popcorn and yeah.
Yeah. Though honestly, like, don't open the Pandora's box, which is the air horn.
Right.
Oh
Well, look, we'll get into that in a second. But really quickly, quick question: did the buy end up being useful narratively? Because I will say Dark Order did seem like the fresher team tonight.
No,
It was a MacGuffin in the end.
Well, honestly, I think narratively it was nice to give weight to some filler tag matches on the pay-per-views before there was television to sort of be able to build out your undercard.
Yeah.
And we got some good jokes out.
And we got so I think it did its job like in that sense, but larger actual like sort of like logical sense, no, it didn't.
This feels like me that they called an audible.
Yeah, 100%.
Where it's just like SCU's on the rise here.
Yep.
Let's go with them. The Dark Order thing isn't like working quite as much. But, oh yeah, so back to my earlier point about the Dark Order.
Yeah.
So BTE.
Yep.
All these guys are putting together their own shit to get over.
Yes.
And we saw like one Dark Order vignette.
I liked it.
Yeah, but I didn't. Oh no, not like the clip thing we had, but like when they did the promo like a few weeks ago.
Oh
on
sure.
BTE. And it was very Bray Wyatt-esque, which is to say, well delivered with slim content.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, why aren't we hearing from these guys more?
I mean, they had nothing to say yet.
I
Unfortunately.
I wonder if they don't know what the deal is either.
And then they'll figure it out. Let's give them some time. That's all I'm saying.
Here's the thing. This was their best showing on the main roster. The cool thing about AEW is if you're a person who the crowd doesn't really like very much,
Yeah.
they kind of just give you a heel reception.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's just like the Librarian, for example. The Librarian gimmick is still... I thought they had it back on the rails, but after BTE this week, I don't think they do.
Yeah.
I think it went way off the rails again. But the crowd, like, it was at, I believe, it's Fyter Fest.
Mhm.
They came out for their first match at Fyter Fest, and the crowd booed them like legit heels,
Yes.
as opposed to just like sit on your hands, I don't care much for these people.
The crowd's going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah. It's like, hey, capable people with a bad gimmick, and it hasn't been working out for them.
Yeah. Right.
They're meant to be bad guys anyway. Let's just roll with it. And
Sure.
that's why I dig that crowd.
Yeah.
Like, and the crowds that they've had for all these shows is like, people were just like, they're there to play along.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
And they want it to succeed, and it feels nice. It's not just like, oh, this guy sucks and we're gonna shit on him.
Right. Right.
They're gonna reserve that for Jack Swagger.
Right.
Yeah.
When he finally has his match.
Well, okay, real quick.
Real
SCU assisted apron DDT into the SCU later.
Yep.
That was the close. SCU, they're going all the way.
SCU Lucha Bros is now the finals, so your guys' predictions are still in play. Mine is not. I thought they'd maybe try to give the rub to Dark Order and get them over as this big heel team. They're not going that direction.
It
maybe
just
they
wasn't.
were. I think you're right. I think they're keeping their options open with some of their booking.
I think by week 1 they knew it wasn't gonna be Dark Order.
Yeah.
SCU are going to be your first AEW Tag Team Champions.
I think you're right.
I said it on this very show.
I don't remember what I predicted.
You predicted the Lucha Bros. By the way, Joaquin's going to gloat. If you go back and listen to the tape, he actually sort of like backs in accidentally to picking SCU. After sort of like hypothetically saying, what if SCU won?
Accidentally.
And then I go, so is that your pick? And you go, no, maybe. Yes.
It is. I've always said it definitively.
Mm-hmm.
I've made great predictions.
Oh God, no.
None
of that.
No. And stay on, slide in a little bit, buddy. Stay on.
Slide
stay,
in.
Yeah, yeah.
Stay
Okay.
on target.
So,
Next thing that happens, this is big.
oh, I was actually just gonna talk about the near fall was really good.
Oh,
The crowd was
okay.
really into it, and they
Yeah.
shouted for SCU. Like it was a big near fall.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's
they
a good match.
and they rallied SCU back into the match after the near fall. I thought it was really cool.
It's true. But yeah, next match, this action's so jam packed. Okay, here's just so we saw Inner Circle show up during the match. There they are hanging out. So the next clip is the next match. So Joey Janela is coming out. We're talking we cut into him in the middle of his entrance. Like that's how packed this show is. And again, I like it. It has that like similar like WCW energy.
I'm wondering
chaos.
if they got so much of Joey's entrance. I'm wondering if they wanted all of it.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because like
It's fine.
this
I
is
don't like
this.
his new theme music anyway.
Well, it's not Protovision by Kavinsky,
Yeah, right.
and I'm sure when he brought the bootleg version that he used at All In
Right.
to Tony Khan, he was like, perhaps we could not get away
Right.
with this fake version of the song you like.
Oh, genre crime, I'm glad you like this image that we pulled. This is literally the only decent quality image I can find in an hour. So
Yeah,
there
we
you go.
need to start using that print screen button.
Yeah. I watch on my Apple TV, so I can't print screen off the Apple
There
TV,
you go.
unfortunately. What do you think of this match? Janela, I think, really, him and Kenny have really good chemistry. I think Janela hung in there in
I
a
think
technical match.
I think if you're making your debut and you're losing, what better person to lose to than Kenny Omega, who's going to make you look like $1 million?
Well, and this was a banger, and I think that
Joey Janela is more than just a hardcore wrestler.
Yes.
Yes.
Was the narrative of the match.
Yes.
However, he tried to hang with the best technical wrestler in the world, and he couldn't do it.
Well, so we're gonna talk about Dark later, really quickly, but I think the match on Dark, spoiler alert, he beat Brandon Cutler, was sort of the first part of this week's. First off, the big idea this week, people getting their heat back in whatever way. Obviously, Kenny won, so he got his heat back, but Joey also kind of proving that, like, I'm a wrestler. Started on Dark, came into it this week. I mean, we started with catch-as-can wrestling, some counter, stuff like that, and eventually he lost because he tried to do too much.
Yeah, one too
He
many
made
high-risk
one
maneuver.
mistake,
Yep.
and just like the Brandon Cutler MJF match, you make your mistake, you lose the match.
Well, that's what I like about AEW. It seems like what separates the elite guys from the non-elite guys, and I don't mean elite stable, I mean sort of in their wrestling ability, is that the elite guys in AEW, it's not that they're like necessarily like most guys can hang with you.
Jay
like,
Ronan, what's up? Welcome back. Yes,
Hey,
the last week trigger
yes,
was
good to see you.
It was sick. Well, okay, so like
Nasty.
a Janela, even maybe he's not on Kenny's level, they're still gonna have a competitive match. They can still hang. The difference is if you make one mistake against an elite guy like Kenny Omega, it's over.
I like
what
that there
it
was a
is.
respect spot at the start. Kenny
Yeah.
checked on him at the end.
Yes.
There are heels and faces in AEW,
Right.
and Kenny is back on his rise, and that's what we're coming off of. He
I think
came off
so.
these like victories on Dark. You know, he wins the tag match with Hangman, and now it's just like, okay, Kenny Omega is trying to get back on a roll.
Yep.
Heading into Full Gear against Mox.
Yeah.
And also, they kept him and Mox away from each other
Yes.
this week, which
Yes.
I think was
Surprising,
really smart.
yeah.
Well,
Next
and-
week,
and-
we're
and
going
we'll-
to get a big,
And we got to get into that as sort of like the way they're doing this triangular angle, which is very Attitude Era, but we'll get into it really quickly.
It's actually a quadrangle now. If you
Wait,
look at
no,
what
we
happened.
can just get into it. We don't have to wait. We don't have a run sheet.
That's I mean. Well, let's try to keep it together here.
What
Let's
is
try to
this
no.
thing?
Let's try to follow. Let's try
Well,
to follow.
no, really
along.
quickly, I have a segment to get into.
Okay, yeah.
It's time for this week's Cat Watch.
Oh, okay.
JR said that
Oh god damn it.
the cat pit.
Kenny skins it this week. He skinned a
He
cat.
skinned a cat.
He skinned a cat this week.
I thought it looked pretty cool.
Pretty cute. One time. Hang on, here's the thing though.
Kenny Omega's a cat.
He is.
He's a cat.
He's very cat.
Joey Janela is a cat.
So, funny enough.
I like cats.
I do like cats.
I
He seems
like
more like a dog man, to be
I
honest.
like-
JR?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a hound dog guy.
I like cats.
Do you guys like cats? Let us know. Really quickly though, JR didn't call anybody a cat, but Kenny did skin a cat. But just again, cat watch this week.
Wow.
Tony tried to get
We
in
need to
on
get
it.
okay,
Later
we gotta
he
get a sting
called
for
Orange.
that. We go like
Oh, we're gonna be morning.
Hey,
video?
yeah.
I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me
no,
more to do.
we'll get a sample of JR saying cat a few times.
Oh yeah.
And we'll just like hit the button.
I love it.
Oh yeah, then a flush noise.
Tony tried to get in on the act. He wants in on the cat watch. He called Orange Cassidy one later.
A
He was
cat?
like- he called him a weird cat.
Okay.
Oh,
Interesting. You know what it
okay.
is? They hung out too much with Kevin Smith in that first episode.
Yeah.
He calls everybody a cat.
This cat, that
Yeah,
cat.
yeah.
You know, and
All right,
Dead Johns.
So
yeah.
I'm gonna talk a little bit about match, starting from the entrance. So first of all, Joey Janela is super over, gets a
Yeah.
great reaction from the crowd. I wish we got the full entrance for him because I feel like it would have made him look like more of a big deal.
Sure.
Gets a not the full Janela from Justin this week,
Yeah.
but close
It's
to
a
it.
good one. It's a good one.
Yeah, Justin Roberts. I love how he introduces Janela, and I always have since All In.
Mm-hmm.
I've loved it. JR likes Joey Janela. JR likes Joey Janela a bunch. A thinking man's wrestler,
Which is
Joey
you know what?
Janela. That's the call. And you know what? Yes.
Sure.
I will say he thinks he's a weird looking dude though.
He does. Oh,
He has
AEW
beautiful
Twitter.
hair, apparently.
AEW Twitter throwing shade at Joey Janela. They actually posted a picture of him with a donut and said Jelly Janela or Joey Jelly, whatever that.
AEW Twitter posted that.
Yeah.
That's
It's not
because,
a body positive company, I guess.
Well, no. That's because Jim Cornette calls him that.
God. Oh, so it's a
And
reverse dig.
now he's owning it.
It's a reverse dig. What's the
Yeah.
opposite of a dig? It's a fill.
A cat.
It's a cat.
No. It's like a bee rabbit
Sure.
from 8 Mile.
Oh yes.
Because you're owning it.
Yeah. Got it.
Because you're like, I am
it.
dad.
Yeah.
You guys seen 8 Mile? Let us
Yeah.
know in the chat.
Yeah.
All right.
Little bummed out that they cut away to commercial before the respect spot actually happens, which it looked like they were going for a handshake.
They were in a rush.
We had a lot of things. Well, we were in
Just
a rush.
like us.
We got to fill in the next bit. We get right into if you want to click the button, Frank.
I hate to click the button.
We go right into Cody's in-ring interview.
Yeah, he has a big announcement to make, and whatever that announcement is, we'll never know.
We'll never
It
know.
got cut off. You know why? Because the inner circle invented air horn heat. It's not just about getting heat back. It's about creating heat that's never existed before.
It's kind of
Do
amazing.
you want to open that box though?
What, Joaquin? Didn't you get air horn heat with
Oh,
your
on this
girlfriend?
show.
It was your girlfriend.
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
it?
You had the mini Zayla.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the mini Zayla.
Mm.
I gotta bring that in next week.
No, you don't.
No, you
No,
were banging.
you blew it in here one time.
It
the
was
mini
awful.
Zayla.
Yeah.
Air sound.
No.
Not enough.
No. So okay, so there was speculation.
We need to
online-
cover you in foam for that one.
There were so the way that Cody announced sort of this announcement on Twitter, the people were saying like, "Oh, is he going to retire? Like, what is this?" I actually think they're going to follow through with this because again, they try to point out that we're not like WWE,
Yeah.
so they're not going to say that there's an announcement and not actually give it to us. So I'm assuming we're going to get it. My guess, and I wouldn't be surprised if the rest of the elite follow along. Although I think Cody's the one that's the most front and center with this. I have a feeling maybe next week we're going to get an announcement from Cody that he's stepping back or stepping down as the EVP to focus on wrestling.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Because
But even then, it's just like that's a kayfabe stepping down.
No, of course, it's stepping down, but I think that's a good move. I don't know what you guys think, but I think the best thing that these guys can do,
Is
the Bucks,
not-
Cody, Kenny, is kayfabe pretend like they're not in charge anymore.
yeah.
Especially when you have like CD like sort of regressing in the background, he can be that kind of he can serve that role.
Commissioner Daniels.
Maybe something like
Commissioner
that. Not that we
Daniels.
need
CD.
that. Yeah,
Commissioner.
I like
yeah.
that.
And while we're at it,
It's
actually,
the letters in his
CD,
name.
CD.
It's a commissioner
CD2.
instead of Christopher.
I like that.
do we have another screen grab, by the way? Are we moving to the inner circle part?
Yeah.
So here's the thing.
In the Dippin' Dots.
Here's the thing about this. Okay.
Okay, what was the exact line he said about the fucking Dippin' Dots?
Oh, no, it was oh no, not the Dippin' Dots.
Yes.
And you know what?
Fruity,
Fruity Skittles.
future, Dippin' Dots.
Good
Okay,
Lord.
number one, Dippin' Dots are the ice cream of the future.
Disagree.
Number two, the cookies and cream flavor is the superior flavor of Dippin' Dots.
Ice cream of the future is of course ice cream.
What was the last time you had a Dippin' Dots? 'Cause I haven't been to Six Flags in a really
I'm
long
more.
time.
Here's the thing. I'm like a third wave ice cream guy.
Okay, yeah.
Fuck's
Like
sake.
I'm salt and straw with their funky flavors. They can go with Jenny's. They
Yeah,
just like
this
they
is
just
pretty
put your
good.
other favorite food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like sweet.
Last
in
time,
ice cream.
Last time I had a Dippin' Dots, it was about 15 years ago at a Jordan's Furniture.
Oh.
Yeah.
I had one at Siegfried and Roy's Secret
Yeah.
Garden at the MGM.
Okay. All right.
Mirage.
What wave of ice cream
Las
are you?
Vegas.
Let us know in the chat.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
wave of ice cream?
I'm fourth wave. I go all the way back to thrifty.
Oh, okay.
Just
Does
waiting in line.
Cafe Bustelo have a like an ice cream?
They should.
Ooh, that'd be great.
Have you had that?
actually,
I like
to
the
have
nitro ice cream is pretty good.
it. Oh.
You've seen that? Yeah.
Oh yeah. They you know what? Maybe Cold Stone's back, guys.
Oh no.
It's a
no,
great
no,
Wii game.
no.
Sometimes I just want
The
a
Cold
song.
Stone game for Wii, where you just like batter the ice
Oh
cream.
yeah.
Ba, ba, ba,
Okay,
ba.
so the highlight of this entire segment for me is so
Besides the
obviously
Dippin' Dots.
so we skipped over, so we get the reveal. So Cody's out there, it's 4-on-1. It's right, it's inner
Yes.
circle. Cody is gonna rush up to their luxury
Yep.
suite. Luxury
Because
suite.
this ain't that other company we worked
Exactly,
for.
there's no invisible wall.
Oh my.
So out comes his brother Dustin. Out comes
Bennett.
his
Is that
ward.
invisible wall in 2K?
Bennett.
That's a problem in 2K.
Oh, it
too,
is.
right?
Yeah, his ward MJF, and then the big reveal DDP. They're teasing we're gonna get a DDP match eventually, maybe in an 8.
Are they, or is he just in catering?
So maybe we'll get an 8-man at some point. But the best part of this entire segment, so the brawl spills to the back. Cody literally busts through the glass with the
Well,
wraps the
first
scarf
off,
around him.
yes,
We have
brilliant.
Jericho's line. What kind of an idiot wears a scarf? Which is
Just-
mwah.
Jericho is owning every
Yeah.
second. of
Well,
this.
no. So my highlight of the entire show is Jericho holding up his ticket after
With a
being
sad
beat up with
face.
a sad face, and be like, "I bought a ticket. Get him out of here!" Like,
And then he
And
put
then
it
he-
on
his
top
forehead,
of the
yeah.
forehead.
You know, also, he looks like he's crying. He's like, "That's what you get when you mess with the
Yeah,
inner circle."
He's going full chicken shit heel, and it's
But
awesome.
also, like, so this is the Cody hat on a hat segment of the week.
Yeah.
Where it's like Cody has a special announcement to make. Tony Schiavone's there to hold his jacket.
Yep.
There's gonna be air horns. There's gonna be DDP.
Of course.
There's gonna be a bit where he uses MJF's scarf to break a window.
Sugar class.
Cody's
Like,
fuckery special.
Yeah. Dustin Steve does sound like brain stew.
We've
So-
they're gonna get sued. You're
So
absolutely right.
I'm the one who was wrong. I thought it was Last Resort by Papa Roach for a while.
Kind of that.
But like,
too,
but once the actual guitar hits,
No,
it's-
is it brain stew?
it's that green did the dun dun.
But that's not brain stew.
Is it? Oh, is that which one's
one
that?
is it?
We'll
My
finish
mouth feels like it's
Yeah.
overdrive.
Yeah.
In my room.
On my own.
Oh my God, here we go.
I don't think they say the name of the song in the thing.
Damn it.
Can I say one thing that I'm really liking about this?
I'm on my laptop.
Real quick. So what I love about this Jericho
Green Day
sort of like
sucks.
chicken shit heel thing he's doing.
Yeah.
So if you've noticed so far, Jericho has not really been able to get a singles victory on his own since the Kenny Omega win to win the title, right? I mean, I guess he
Yeah.
beat Hangman,
And
although
he
there
beat
isn't.
Hangman too.
But
A little less fucky.
it's a little less funny. But like it sort of adds to this idea that like that win against Kenny was kind of fluky.
Well,
Like-
no,
like-
he here's the thing. He had a new finish, the Judas effect.
Right.
He has a big elbow, and he hit that big elbow.
And that's all he's got. Like that's what it is.
Well,
now.
and
His
Kenny
name is
was
Chris
feeling the
Jericho, and he
pressure.
throws elbows.
Exactly. Yeah.
And Kenny was feeling the
Feeling the pressure. So it's like it's
Soft night.
he's beatable, and that's
Yeah.
that's what we're seeing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. This whole bit was wonderful.
Yep.
There's a lot going on. Honestly, like when I was driving home from work today, I was just like, when's like Chris Jericho just gonna beat up Arn Anderson?
I'm sure we're gonna
Like-
get
like,
that. DDP. I bet.
Yeah.
Well, so okay, really quickly, let's zoom out for 2 seconds.
Yep.
One,
But then we have to see like the bit.
Yeah, no, we gotta stay
no.
tight. We gotta stay
what
tight.
I really loved is first off, them being in the boxes felt very ECW one night, like they
Yeah.
one night stand rather. And I love that it went over several segments, so you were kind of waiting for the shoe to drop.
Yep.
But the other thing is, and we talked about it on WTE Classic.
Mm-hmm.
About how we felt like they would need to fracture, and this is something that's happening in BTE.
Yeah.
The fracturing of the elite. But what we didn't predict was the Nightmare family is going to be Cody's faction.
100%.
It's
yeah.
not
Yeah.
the elite.
Right.
You
Yep.
know?
So
yeah.
so okay, the Nightmare Family is Tommy Dreamer,
Mm-hmm. DDP.
Glacier.
Glacier. Brandy.
Arn Anderson,
Arn Anderson.
MJF.
MJF. Yeah, and then obviously Cody. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a great
And
stable.
Dustin.
And yeah, absolutely.
So it's
Yeah.
a bunch of old guys. Cody.
And
MJF.
yeah.
Brandy. And a husky.
Plus,
When's Ricky Steamboat getting in on the Nightmare?
by the
I
way,
think it could still go.
I think Brandy's got her own thing going on, which we're gonna get to in a little bit here. I think she's a schemer.
Yeah. So
She's got plans.
So what's
Yeah.
what we up next?
All right, so let's we're moving
Oh,
on.
yeah.
There's
he
Jericho
bought
holding
it- he
the-
bought a
He's
ticket.
got the ticket. Yeah. All right.
Nice one. Very
So-
good.
AEW is tag team wrestling.
Yep. That's how they fill the card out.
What was the last time you saw 3 tag team matches in one regular
3
show?
tag team matches where the people in them are tag teams.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
It's not a big SmackDown
Right.
tag main
Right.
event with the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Right.
Playa.
Yeah, playa.
Well, okay, so what I loved about this match
Yep.
is that even though the writing was on the wall about what the outcome was going to be, because it's like, listen, there's this, LAX challenge that
Right.
needs to be answered.
Santana and Ortiz.
And they got to look strong, so
Yep.
of course the Bucks are going to win.
Yeah.
But it was still
Or-
super fun.
I mean, you could still have a fuck finish where it's just like
but they
they
don't do
said-
that here.
No, all
Well, no,
clean, baby.
I mean,
It's the Shield.
Yeah.
Well, no, what they could do is Santana and Ortiz could interfere, they'll lose the match, and then they're
Sure.
like, you know what, you guys fine. We'll
Right.
But that doesn't feel like their style, but it was fun, and I'll tell you why. You can take the boys out of Reseda,
Mm-hmm.
but you can't take the Legion Hall out of the boys. This is a PWG
It
match.
felt very
This is a
PWG.
PWG
And I
tag
loved
match.
it.
Plus Orange Cassidy, who's
which
love
is
his,
still very PWG.
But I love Orange Cassidy's shtick of like accidental heel manager.
Yeah.
It's very like different. It's
Also, I love. This was like the perfect balance of JR and Tony not knowing quite what to make of Orange Cassidy,
yes.
because it makes him funnier.
Yeah. Oh,
Right.
but Joaquin, you wanted to mention your favorite commentary line of the
So
night.
my favorite commentary line was at one point Excalibur says that
Nobody
Orange.
cooks on the Falcon Arrow.
No, well that was
Well,
great.
that
Nobody
was
cooks
great,
on the
yeah.
Falcon Arrow.
No, he called Orange Cassidy laconic and sloth-like.
like.
And then the other guys start razzing him because
Yeah.
they're mean old men, and he says, words exist for a reason, which is what I want to say to you guys. Every time you talk shit about my quotes, on this is awesome.
Words exist for a reason.
Words exist for a reason. You might as well. And listen, I
like that there was like some actual like fun razzing on the announce.
Yeah,
'Cause, like,
it was good.
This came across as fun. By this point in the night, JR and Tony and Excalibur are well oiled.
They've
Yeah.
settled into a thing. Do
Right.
they do?
It's not sexting,
Is
which is
all
the
of-
opposite of sexting.
Wait, is all of Dark?
It's bullying Byron Sex.
Is all of Dark after? Is it all
No,
recorded
one
after?
before and one after.
So, you know what-
one before and two after. I think.
I think I like that they're bringing in somebody like Taz to do like commentary for Dark to make it unique.
Yeah.
I do think we're gonna miss JR having that
Warm-up.
off-camera warm-up match
Yeah.
before he goes live because
I can't wait to watch the Taz one next week.
very excited. But
It's
he's
gonna
got
be really
he's
fun.
got
It's
JR has
Taz.
to get out some of his churlishness
Sure.
before
Yeah.
he's ready for prime time.
Well,
Yeah,
okay.
and also it's just like, okay, we need JR to be on his best behavior. What are we gonna do? Let's put a fucking 16-man tag where everyone does planches out there first.
Yeah.
So he can just be like, oh boy, and then he just settled down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like
it
ready
breaks his will.
Yeah. Yeah.
So nobody kicks out the Falcon Arrow.
Good shit.
Excalibur's finish. If people didn't know,
Yeah.
it's a really funny bit. I love that later in the night Tony Schiavone
Oh, he
picks
doubles
up-
back. Yeah.
he doubles back when Pac hits
Yes.
the second rope Falcon Arrow on
Yes.
Moxley, and he's just like, how did he get out of that one?
Yes,
And I was
yeah.
just like, Tony Schiavone and Jim Ross playing along with Excalibur is
Yep.
great. Also, Excalibur asserted himself as the play-by-play guy at this point.
100%. I love how.
Well, he knows
Try-
the
try-
move
try-
names.
trying to look tall again, Chuck?
No, I'm just trying
Well,
to.
Chuck, you want to be tall?
I'm in a blazer. Okay.
I'm in a
it's-
Hangman Page shirt. He
I,
designed
I
this
like
himself.
I like that Shivani feels freed. Like
Yeah.
he's having fun, genuinely.
Oh, he is having an absolute blast, and this was just like number one. Just like the private party match reminded us.
Yeah.
The Young Bucks are the best tag team in the world.
Yep.
Yep.
The Young Bucks are fantastic. Everything looks good.
Yep.
Everything is purposeful.
Yep.
It's high energy. It's creative. Their characters are fantastic.
Yep.
It's awesome. I love the edge that they're adding to the characters.
Absolutely.
right now.
The way they just dispatched Orange Cassidy is very much. We don't have time for this shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Like they're
Pulled-
serious.
I mean, like they've pulled the mask.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Everyone's
Like-
allowed to have layers. Like Cody is essentially a heel, but like we love him, so he gets cheered.
Right.
The Bucks are working a little grayish, and it works for them.
And
right?
also,
Like, yeah.
they're working against the best friends who use the interference of Orange Cassidy.
exactly.
So it's just
Even
like,
though
hey,
they're genuinely likable, kind of funny,
Yeah.
good guys.
so they pointed out that this was Trent's best performance on commentary.
I think so. Yeah.
And I would agree. But furthermore, I would say this is Chuck Taylor's best
Agreed.
performance.
Chuck Taylor All Star.
Yeah.
Chuck Taylor All Star.
Just
JR,
like the-
JR's
just
gonna
like-
make it his own. I love
just
it. Yeah.
just like the shoes.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that line from like Ocean's.
Just like the shoes.
Yeah. It reminds me of the line from like Ocean's 11 where it was like Bernie Mac talking to the guy who was like sells him the van.
Oh yeah.
And it's
yeah.
Billy T. Denim. He's like, oh, denim like a jean.
Like the jean.
Yeah, it's like,
good.
it's just like, oh yeah, Chuck Taylor,
Hey.
like the shoe.
By the way, big finish. More bang for your buck. They brought it back.
Well, I have this in my notes. When was the last time they do this? One of my favorite things about AEW is it could be a sub finisher.
Exactly.
Oh, and that's my jam.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Not every match ends with you hitting your thing.
Exactly.
Yes.
And this wasn't. I was worried that this was going to be laid out like a PWG main event match where they
Yeah.
were going to have a bunch of near falls.
Nope.
And it really was like very definitive. The Bucks
Yep.
are the better team right now. That's
Yes,
just that's
yeah.
just how it is.
So, at the end of this match,
Yep.
what was the best tag team match tonight?
It was SCU versus the Dark Order.
Oh, I disagree.
I think it was this one.
I think it was Private Party and the Lucha Bros.
Wow. Parody.
We're so lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're so lucky
Okay.
that we get to argue about what is our favorite tag match,
Right.
and we all have different opinions. Because like the Private Party match, it had a ton of ideas, and that's
Yeah.
the best part of their matches. Oh, also, they hit Session Moth's finish, the Jaeger bomb.
Oh, that's right.
And Excalibur called it the Jaeger bomb as
Pretty
well.
good stuff.
Well, and
yeah.
he at one point he called something a riddle knee,
Yeah?
which
Or
is really cool.
I think he also called
Because Riddle is a person that exists in
Exact- yeah.
professional wrestling.
yes.
And
Oh,
I will
and
say,
Kenny Omega is the AAA Mega Champion.
Yeah, he didn't have the belt, but yeah, they called him up. That was great.
By the way,
too.
really
Love that they showed
quickly.
the highlights of it too.
we didn't talk about this. He is the AAA. I was surprised he didn't have the belt. Did anybody? I haven't seen the match
So-
yet. Did anybody on chat see the match?
Yeah,
Okay,
let us know if
I'm-
you saw it. Did you see
Okay,
it, Frank? Did you see
so
it? I saw it.
I started watching it.
Yeah.
Okay, well then you should talk about it. Is it the 5-star match that I'm hearing?
So, I think if you're a Lucha fan and you're well versed in that style and
Yeah.
that's something that you dig, I think it's very good. I wouldn't give it 5 stars. I think it's a very good match. It's solid. It just has a lot of
What
that.
would you say it's like on the
Jay
star rating
Ronan's
system?
voting for Lucha Bros versus Private
There
Party.
we go, Jay
Does-
Ronan,
does
my
it-
boy.
Does anyone
Somebody
else
back
have?
me up.
Yeah. Does anyone else have any other votes?
Yes.
But no, I'll just say quickly.
For best tag match of the night.
The Phoenix or Phoenix, I think we're supposed to say now. Phoenix, Phoenix,
Ray
and
Ray Phoenix.
Ray Phoenix.
I don't know.
They pronounce it a little differently depending on where you
Well,
are.
like, you know what?
Uh,
Everybody's on commentary this Sunday.
All right.
There you
So
go.
Phoenix and
Los
Kenny
Feliz.
Omega, it's very good. I think if you're a big fan of Lucha, you'll really love it.
Yeah.
It just there's something about the AAA style that is a little hard for me to personally engage with. I think it's a little theatrical.
Emperors with Frank. No, nobody's backing me.
Yeah,
Wow.
Emperor.
All right.
Good. You're taken down a notch.
But-
You know what?
But
How
here's
dare you.
I think Phoenix is better in America, working an
John
American
McCrane
style
split.
versus. Okay.
Ooh, nobody's backing me up. This
All
makes
right.
me.
Oh, are you gonna re-up everybody? Is that what's
Well,
happening?
here's real quick. Just. Oh, how about I back myself up real quick because I have, by the way,
Don't bang the mic.
Tatori is this week's drink of the week. We've been
Okay.
doing this every
Is
week.
it,
Okay?
yeah, it's this
Yeah.
week's
Are you-
pro-
are
All
What
right,
are you
really
doing?
quickly,
Is that-
just
oh,
so you
we're-
guys know.
You've teased me with it now.
Really
you can't sit
quickly-
that far over.
I can't sit there, but
Jesus.
this week in the TIA drinking game, we got 2 shots. We're gonna
Okay.
do one
Oh,
here.
jeez,
Not
I
shots.
got-
We're gonna sip.
I can't do 2 shots.
No,
No,
we're
no,
gonna
no,
sip.
we're
We're
gonna
gonna
sip.
sip.
I have like shit to do.
Same. Best friends versus
don't.
Young Bucks and Dark Order versus SCU were the 2 matches that got. This is awesome.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Jay Ronan. Yeah, I would say exactly 4 stars is where I'd put it. I get. You know what's funny? I
I
can't
like
wait to
Kenny's.
see.
I like Kenny's Lucha theme.
It's similar, right?
Oh no, they added like a little extra
Oh
beat.
yeah,
to
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah. But I want to say what it does make me hyped to see is Phoenix and Kenny in
Smaller
America.
side- smaller
Obviously,
side of
the
the
style's going to be different. They're going to do less of the lucha, like sort of like wrist control rope work.
Yeah.
And I think that's the kind of thing that favors Kenny, lets him do his best work. And I think that they can get to 5 stars given the time and the positioning. But let's well,
I'm just like.
so once we
Think
get
about
through here, Frank, do you want to hit that button real quick on your deck?
Oh yeah.
Talk about WTEL.
So
Dark, huh?
the other big notable thing from this match is that the Young Bucks answer Santina and Ortiz's challenge, and that is set for Full Gear. So we have that to look forward to.
Yeah, you know what? That's gonna be a great match.
It is. It is. Also, just a quick suggestion to Nick. Nick needs to talk to Trent and needs to figure out what he does to keep his headband permanently attached.
Right.
Because Nick desperately needs a permanently attached headband.
However, Joey Janela, I like the headband bit this week.
It was kind of done up.
Yeah.
By the way, you know what Joey Janela needs? You guys tell me in the chat if you agree with me. Wouldn't he look great with like a perv stash? Give Joey Janela like a really weird like porno mustache. I think he'd look great.
Joey Ryan gimmick
Yes,
infringement.
exactly. Like Joey Ryan gimmick infringement.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, where are we going next?
All right, we're moving on. We're moving on to
Jamie Hayter, the debut of Jamie Hayter.
Yes.
Really quickly.
Uh-oh.
Really?
Throwback.
Why is everything so fast?
Throwback. Well,
Why is everything
we're on
so
that-
fast?
We're almost
because we added a match.
Yeah.
Throwback segment. Chuck,
Uh-oh.
who the heck is Jamie Hayter?
Well, Joaquin,
Uh-huh.
Jamie Hayter is an English wrestler. She's only 24 years old. She's a product of Rev Pro. She's wrestled for promotions like Eve, Rev Pro, and Stardom.
You haven't memorized.
She's
That's
B.
crazy.
Priestley's tag team partner
That's
in
the
Stardom. I think they're doing the tag league right now.
I love that they pointed that out on commentary as well.
It's good
because
shit.
It's just like, hey, Britt and B have a feud.
Yep.
Britt's gonna beat up her tag team
which
partner.
is fantastic. She has this sort of like sarcastic kind of like I don't give a fuck attitude, especially in Stardom. Like I saw a promo of hers where she like broke the trophy of the tournament she was in.
Okay.
I know she's got a good vibe. She's very young.
Yep.
Like she had a good match with Emi Sakura that I saw in Eve. I like her vibe. I'd like to see her in a match where the match is more about her and less about just getting Britt over.
Gotta get Britt over.
So
This is the project, and they're.
It was
this-
fun.
No,
Here's
no,
like
but there's a
multi-
lot of Britt Baker.
multiple weeks build to the homecoming for Britt Baker in Britsburg.
Yeah.
Where she went to school.
And
where
she's
from,
over.
and she's super over.
Yeah.
Comes out with some mascot.
Oh, it's the
Who is Steely?
yeah Steely.
What the heck is a Steely?
Steely is the Pittsburgh Steelers
He's a
mascot.
runner.
He lives at the Link, which is where is it the Link?
It's
Yeah, it's
Steely.
Steely.
He lives
Who
at the
is
Link.
Steely? Yeah.
They had the
Steely.
terrible towels out there. Actually, I think the terrible towels should be part of Britt's permanent gimmick. Like that should be like her
That'd be pretty
merch.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a good
Yeah.
visual. This match is. I don't think we need to spend a lot of time on this. This match is fine. It's a dominant win for Britt. She looked good.
I thought Jamie Hayter made it count.
she did.
Come-
I liked her
comes-
wet Willie spot.
Hey, here's the thing. Jamie
That
Hayter.
brought me back.
Jamie Hayter got a full entrance.
Yeah. She's part of the roster.
And
This is not just like a.
And Joey Janela did not, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
Because hey, you know what? Jamie Hayter's coming out here to lose to Britt Baker in
Right.
a homecoming match, and they gave her more time.
Well,
they gave this match more time
Right.
too.
Yep.
And you know what? It was a good match. I actually think it was one of Britt Baker's best showings so far.
Agree. They have good chemistry. I think Britt doesn't have great chemistry with some of the women on this roster, unfortunately. Like I think her and Riho was a little clunky.
I liked that match a lot.
I think Riho did a lot of heavy lifting in that, and obviously like
Britt Baker-
Riho's superpower is that she gets you invested by the end of the match, no matter what.
Yeah, storytelling on Rio's part is just fantastic.
Britt is good, but I think it depends on the partner, and this was a good fit.
Oh, I think that Britt has something to prove, and that Bea Priestley match is going to be
Is that Full Gear? Is that signed yet?
I don't know if they've signed it.
I
But
hope
like,
so.
It feels like
Could be a slow burn.
that's. I mean, they should probably just do it at Full Gear.
I mean, the next pay-per-view's not for like 4 months, right? Like you gotta get it at some point.
I mean, they were already building it at like Fight for the Fallen.
Exactly, yeah.
Like, so it's been a long time coming, but that match, I'm number one thoroughly looking forward to. Number two, it is going to be a fight, and I feel like that's going to be something a little different for the women's division so far in AEW.
Could we just not gloss over the fact two things?
Mhm.
One, sick Adam Cole cameo.
What?
In the package.
Oh yes. Yeah.
In
I was
the
like, wait,
picture.
what's happening?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Two, are we not going to talk about this jacket?
It's a good
Britt's jacket.
It's a
It's
good
like
jacket.
a 5 on atmosphere by itself.
Also,
It's
beautiful
it's
jacket.
gorgeous.
As JR points out, a lot of faux doctors in professional wrestling, not a lot of real ones.
I love that.
Other than
I love that.
Dr. Sam Shepard.
Yeah,
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, do you think Britt could star in like a
innovate-
reboot of The Fugitive? Right?
No, but
Somebody murders Adam Cole.
oh,
steals
well,
it.
somebody did murder Adam
There you
Cole.
go. Yeah,
Well, we know who it was.
A one-armed young buck. And she has to track down the one-armed young
Yeah.
buck after escaping from
Yeah.
prison.
Yeah, he uses
Okay.
one arm to pour a monster
you go.
energy drink
Yeah.
laced with rice.
It's
into
called
Adam Cole's
Fugitive
mouth.
DDS.
All right.
Yeah, that's
Um,
my reboot. It's
but
on
yeah.
HBO Max. HBO Max.
Yeah. So, big victory for Britt.
Yep.
I love Brit.
Crowd was into Britt this week, which
Yeah.
made me really happy because I felt like there's maybe like a little bit of the crowd beginning to turn.
I think so.
on
You guys are both up on
Britt
Britt.
I think she's good.
I'm starting to. I'm selling a little stock on Britt
That
Baker.
jacket.
I'm selling a little stock.
That jacket.
Selling some stock.
I'm selling a little bit of stock. I think that, especially as the Joshi wrestlers start to pour into AEW, I think she's gonna get a little overshadowed. I think, and I think she can get up there eventually.
I mean, dude, she's busy being a dentist most of the week.
I understand that.
If
She's
her,
only got a couple days of wrestling a week. She's got dental.
Look, if Isaac Yankem can do it, Britt Baker can do it.
He's not a real doctor. He's a faux doctor.
Okay. He's a Factor?
Hey, let's meet the Factors.
if her
Oh yeah,
char-
there's
They're
stealing.
stealing.
There's the, go to the next one. I think.
if her character is
Oh, okay,
failed, just to end this, if her character is failed ace,
Yeah.
and that's sort of the motivating thing to kind of get her to where she
Could
needs to
be.
be,
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Oh,
I
so-
mean, isn't that Hangman Page's bit right now? If you've been
Well,
watching BTE,
Yeah, it is.
Which we'll get into.
It is. Okay, so
Are we?
real quick, in between, before we get into the main event, we do have, so we cut backstage. Right before the interview, they mentioned that Cody's in a holding cell for attacking Jericho, which is great because, Jericho's a ticketed attendant.
Yeah.
He wasn't there in a wrestling capacity. So, Hayter's giving an interview backstage, or she tries to.
yeah,
Right?
And Brandy just freaks out and attacks her, and then gives the point to our interviewer.
I have a theory.
Mm-hmm.
I think that much like Awesome Kong, I think Hayter was brought in as a hired gun by Brandy to get some licks in on Britt and soften her up so that Brandy can be the ace of this division. Because that's what she
Well,
wants.
so there's actually another storyline brewing on Twitter, which is Brandy is not going to be in Cody's corner for the match with Chris Jericho at Full Gear,
Which doesn't that make you think that she's going to go full heel at some point?
and said that she doesn't want to be a distraction to Cody.
Yep.
Because people have labeled her a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not quite sure where they're headed with this. I feel like Brandy going full heel is probably a really good idea.
I think it's the movie. Well, what do you guys think in the chat? Let me know what you guys think about Brandy.
Or maybe
and,
she'll have a match.
Brandy heel.
Oh,
Yeah, well, like the idea.
Might be that simple.
yeah.
I mean, the idea coming in, she had that promo about like how her ice skating days like fell apart.
It was a great promo.
Yeah. If you haven't seen that, it's on the Road 2 series,
Yep.
which you can get on the AEW YouTube channel now. They moved all of that over.
Which is great, which you said they wouldn't do, and they did, so fuck you.
There you go.
Hey, occasionally we consolidate.
Yeah.
That brand synergy. Hi. Yeah. So John Requiring
Thank you. Yes.
is with you on that.
All right.
That's great. You know what? I want to be able to. So I didn't think that
Mhm.
because I'm being conditioned by years of wrestling programming to be punished for reading into or investing in anything, and a little bit of that like kicked us to say, "Why is Brandy being weird?" And then we got to the.
You were my best friend.
Yeah.
You know.
Frank, you gotta let it go.
Yeah.
Let it go. You know, you just gotta.
Ooh.
I like snow. Oh oh.
Yeah,
That's how
yeah.
the song goes, right?
I think so. Yeah. No, you gotta shed all the baggage, the e-baggage.
Yeah, I'm all about this.
Yeah.
Also, Full Gear's coming up. Weren't they gonna do Aja versus Awesome?
Maybe
could
they
say-
still will.
You still can.
We got a whole week
Yeah.
next week to go home to.
We'll see.
Yeah, we have a whole
Yeah.
week of
Although-
wrestling.
That's true.
So look up here.
Other way.
Is anybody better at the blindside run-in than Pac right now?
He loves to tap you in the back of the head.
It's great.
With the sharp edge of the chair.
Yeah.
He's a mean man.
It's good shit. So this match. So what a great concept for the match. So they and I almost wonder if this is deliberate. They have a packed show. It's so overpacked that like we don't get the top of the show properly. We get miss half of Janela's. It's almost like this is on purpose.
Yeah.
We're now at the main event. TV time remaining. Moxley's under the gun. He's been hit in the head, but he will not compete. Like they give him the
not.
option.
The
They're
refs,
like, hey,
the refs say no,
yeah,
and he rolls in, and JR finally gets to talk about refereeing
yep,
in a way that actually helps the match.
it's
Right.
good shit, man.
The referees got to use their discretion. Like John Moxley, he can't compete. He can't do it.
Yep,
He can't do it.
I love it.
Yeah, JR was on form for this.
Yes.
Well,
and they hate Pac.
Well, this is very much Jarrett shit.
Yeah.
This kind of match, right?
Tony
These two
Schiavone
guys.
didn't hate Pac as much this week as he did last week.
He's dialing back a little.
Right.
I know. I loved how much Schiavone hated him.
Yes.
that bit of
He's a
business up
bastard.
front also truncated the TV time,
Yes.
which helped built into the finish, which is let's not to bury the lead, the second draw in AEW history.
Yeah.
Yeah. TV time remaining. And I remember like Jim Ross saying that a couple weeks ago, and he's like, "TV time remaining." I love that.
Yeah.
No.
And this week he got to love it even more because it was the finish.
I didn't think
show.
it actually ever paid off. Honestly, I mean, maybe eventually, but I didn't think this soon we'd actually use that as a device.
Yeah.
And it's ballsy, like
Yeah.
to do that on like your 4th episode ever. You're building a new audience, but it tells them that like, look, this is a real sport. We don't control the matches; they just
Yes,
happen.
but also protects both guys.
Yes.
And the big theme of the night for me is everybody getting their heat back.
Yep.
Okay.
Mox
Well,
gets his heat back.
Mox gets his heat back, but so does Pac.
Yeah.
Because ultimately,
Pac beats. Oh my God.
Yeah.
450 on the floor.
Awesome.
best.
that-
I'm not going to argue with JR. Best offensive move of the night for sure.
100%.
Yeah. Oh God, like Pac's like chest looking like just like a nightmare
Mhm.
after like
Yep.
those Mox chops.
Yep.
and-
There's something about the cameras that AEW uses really get you like granular, get you good looks at.
Yeah,
like,
they
the
talked about
red
like that
hands and
with Kenny as well. It's just like,
Yeah.
oh man, Kenny's bruised, all over.
Yeah,
Like
good
I-
V1s in the
I
back.
what I loved about the Kenny call is like, oh yeah, he's bruised all over his chest and his face, and I'm just like, in my head, I was like, is his face bruised? I'm just like, his face isn't bruised, but they said it, and I kind of was like, oh yeah, like
No,
he's-
it is.
makes
It
it-
was from
yeah.
Triple L.
It looks good.
Oh really?
Even on
Yeah,
BTE,
yeah,
you could tell.
yeah.
He's
I
kinda
mean,
a little
I
beat
was
up.
watching it in beautiful 1440p.
Yeah.
Oh wow, look at you, little rich
I-
boy over here.
I have a monitor for video games.
Yeah. By the way, my favorite.
Just like Gemini Man, I could have watched that in the native frame rate.
Oh. that's how I hear you have to watch that 26% Rotten Tomatoes movie. My favorite
Angling
JR
on
line
all
of the night.
bangers.
Not a good exchange of physical currency.
Oh, that's good
Is
shit.
how he described
Yeah.
Yeah.
the sort of the back and forth
Yeah.
between these two guys. How do we feel about? Okay, so I said we talk about it later. How do we feel about this wonderful quadrangle of main
Well,
event?
so
scene
let's
right
set it
now?
up why it's a quadrangle. So after the show, so Pac continues his beatdown of Moxley. This has all happened off the air on Fight TV, and I think they're gonna put up a video later.
Yep.
So Kenny Omega comes out, makes the save, runs off Pac. Then there's some tension between Pac and Moxley. Moxley leaves. I think Paige comes out at some point, Hangman, or at least he comes out. I wasn't there, so I'm getting secondhand information. But essentially, it ends up with Kenny and Hangman in the ring. Hangman picks up the microphone and he challenges Pac to a rematch at Full Gear,
Yeah.
which is odd to me. I'm wondering if that's actually going to happen.
They imagine if they say no to him.
I mean, that'd be interesting.
Like I.
But Pac doesn't have a
when
match.
when people issue challenges in other wrestling promotions, it's an inevitable acceptance.
Right.
Even in this one, the Bucks got challenged. The Bucks
Right.
accept.
Yeah.
What
Right.
if Hangman challenges Pac and Pac's like no,
Right. Well, he's also very protective of his record, as we've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys think in the chat? Are you ready for a rematch this soon? Does that seem right to you guys?
I will say again, I said it earlier, it feels like the best parts of the Attitude Era where, it was like Triple H, Rock, Mankind, Undertaker, Stone Cold.
No one exists in a vacuum.
Yes.
People know each other, people are friends, people dislike each other.
Yeah.
People
remember
reluctant working
things.
people have reluctant working relationships.
Yeah.
The announcers remember things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The fans remember things and they get rewarded for it. Yeah.
People can argue about JR's commentary, like whether it's good or not. Like it's definitely better than it was in the New Japan studio shows that he was calling on Access.
Yes.
But he remembers everything.
Yep.
And now he's allowed to say what he remembers.
Yeah.
Because they don't deny their history, and it's awesome. Where he's just like, yeah, a couple weeks ago this happened, and this is what leads to this, and like, you know what? That guy lost last week.
Yeah.
We're allowed to say that.
Yeah.
You remember?
John Aquarian points out it's like, figured it was happening after Hangman pinned Pac last week. And
well, this goes back, Frank, not to cut you off, but this goes back to what you were saying about how you're conditioned to think one way about booking because we don't want to get hurt, right? We don't want to get our expectations up. That's very New Japan booking, where if somebody gets a pin in a tag team, it makes sense that they're later going to get a singles match because they've got a victory over that person.
Yep.
Yeah.
Obviously, we're not again conditioned to see that in American wrestling, but that seems to be what they're doing, which is very exciting. Yeah. Yeah. There's the they call it D Malenko during this spot. I've got to put a Texas Cloverleaf shout out.
You got
here.
And Paul Turner got DDT'd.
He did. I've hit it one more time. You can see as a fan shot of one more time. There was that spot which I really liked.
Oh, that's a DDT on the apron.
Yeah, that spike was pretty good.
A lot of DDTs on the apron tonight.
3.
Yeah.
Talk to these road agents, guys. Come on.
Yeah. Maybe running by.
Come on, there we go. There's Hangman and Kenny in the ring.
There you go.
Yeah. Overall, another great show. I've yet to be disappointed.
Yeah.
So, would you? There was going in, and there's a little bit of static in the private party match.
OG Dirty Deeds indeed, yes.
Yeah.
Still looks. See, that's different from a DDT. My bad.
No, but I mean, same idea.
Yeah. But so going in, I was kind of thinking this would be the weakest episode.
Mm-hmm.
And instead, it's another great episode of AEW TV. Yeah. It's definitely an in-between episode.
Yes.
It's a lot of setup this week.
Yeah.
But I mean, that Cody brawl in the stands, and
it's my favorite segment of the night.
Any of these great tag matches, any of them are fantastic main events on their own for any show. Really, let's be entirely honest. You could put any of those tag matches on last at the American Legion Hall.
Yep.
And PWG, and people will go home happy.
All right, really quickly, this is awesome match break. What was your favorite match of the night? We talked about tag match.
Lucha Bros and Private Party.
Mine was Janela freaking Omega.
Really? Wow.
Janela and Omega is really good.
B-side.
Okay.
I think we'll look back on that.
Okay.
Be like, that was a great match.
I'm gonna go Bucks.
Yeah.
Bucks and Best
That was
Friends.
a very, very fun match. I liked all the outside stuff. I mean, Orange Cassidy. Anytime you get a little orange juice in there. It's
also
a good screwdriver. Just a splash.
Yeah.
Also,
Splash. Good mimosa too.
Everyone in that match looked great, including Orange Cassidy.
It's true. It's
true. Who got his teeth super kicked out. He's not a cool cat anymore. Well, it's a cool sloth.
He's a sloth man. I have one criticism of this show.
Yeah.
I think we were talking this off the air that there's a lot of heavy lifting still being done by being the elite of giving you character work, of filling in some of the gaps. Yeah. And I understand that it's not required viewing, so you don't need it to enjoy AEW. We could do with one less match and maybe an extra package or a vignette or an interview.
Yeah.
I need more time.
They added Mox and they added Janela and Kenny
Omega.
This week,
Yeah,
which otherwise the show would have breathed just fine.
I would have liked an interview with Hangman, or I think what Alvarez and Meltzer have been saying for a while now that Hangman needs a little more character work.
Yeah,
because he is he's coming off a little an also ran.
Yeah.
On the show. If all you're watching is the show.
Yeah, but even if you're watching BT, they're playing that.
Yes.
That's a story they're playing.
Yeah.
So if it works, it works. Why hasn't Mox had a live mic yet? Why don't you have this guy talking?
Because it's good Twitter content.
Well, it's a good question because I remember, was it the first episode of AEW? One of the big advertising points was Moxley has a live mic, and we didn't get it. So yeah,
that's one of the few things they haven't delivered on.
Yep.
for their advertising.
Well, also there just haven't been that many live mics on AEW TV. Basically,
I mean, other than
gotten-
Cody.
Yeah.
Cody and Jericho.
We've gotten a few sort of picture-in-picture promos. We've gotten some stuff on Twitter, which is really good stuff.
I think once we get past Full Gear and they've got a long time before the next pay-per-view, the show can really finally breathe. They have plenty of time to set things up.
That's a good point.
They can really explore the space.
I feel like the competition with NXT, like they say, they're not really watching the show and everything, but of course they're watching the show and they understand what the other company's putting on.
Yeah.
And they're putting on a really good wrestling product.
It's true.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's arguable on multiple weeks, like maybe 2 out of the 4, that NXT had the best match of the night.
Yeah.
They often do.
Yeah. And they're putting on great matches, and they're just like, well, you know what? Like, we can do a little something different here.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go nuts in a way people in NXT aren't allowed to.
Right.
But it's also
And-
they're building a world.
Yeah. And you know what? Just pulling back like a little bit, I think is a great idea. Because I honestly feel like NXT, like in a month, I mean, I don't want to talk about ratings because like I don't give a shit about the ratings really.
Same.
I want everyone to succeed.
Exactly.
Like, I would love for both shows to have 2 million viewers. You
I
know?
want there to be 5 million people watching wrestling on Wednesdays. I
Yeah.
don't care which show. I just want that to happen.
Yeah, but NXT's ratings are dropping at such a rate
It's scary.
that it's like they don't have to worry about them soon,
Yeah. Right.
theoretically.
Yeah.
And once they don't have to worry about that, I feel like then you can really let the show.
Don't worry.
Start to flourish. Yeah.
When they fall just a little bit more, Vince McMahon will come and inject a poison.
Oh wait, we're gonna
into NXT.
we're gonna get X-Pac matches on NXT. You know what? I'd watch that.
Yeah.
I would too.
Yeah.
I would too.
Yeah, like they're playing like this this DIY like DX feud.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is make it X-Pac
Yeah.
Jesus.
and Billy Gunn.
Yeah,
Oh.
okay.
Wow. Billy's a little busy.
Yeah, that's true. He's working on the other
All right.
X-Pac
X noise.
and his dog.
Oh.
Okay.
Good dog.
Yeah.
It's
Good
good.
dog.
Alright.
All right. We're gonna get to we got these vestigial traces of talking about
sure,
BT,
yeah.
and we'll also talk about Dark. But really quickly,
We are.
really quickest. This is for you guys, okay? This is the
Bangers
shoot,
only.
brother.
Here we
All
go.
right, are you ready?
Only fast bangers.
It's time for a little brand synergy.
Uh-oh.
So we've got this other show, and I know that some of you guys in the chat know about this. This is awesome. The internet's only podcast that asks the question, what makes a great wrestling match and why?
That's
Where
true.
We talk about the great matches. We bring in a guest who doesn't know wrestling, and we try to see if it works as storytelling media. We've got, we're 7 seasons in. We're at 74 matches now, something like that.
Well, 72 have aired.
72 have aired. We do the work.
Yeah.
Hashtag do the work.
A little hair.
We've got a glaring deficiency.
Yes.
Oh, you're gonna do this right here?
We're gonna do it right here. We've got a glaring deficiency, and these guys don't know that I'm going rogue here. Okay?
Yeah,
the glaring deficiency is that
Here?
we have not done a
Now?
Chris Jericho match. We've not done a Chris Jericho match ever.
Yeah.
But we've done 2 Will Ospreay matches.
So that's your fault.
It's not my fault.
Yeah.
Their fault. Okay.
But you're blaming the people who
The
want it.
people. I blame it on the people.
You
Okay?
did it. You did it for the people.
For the people. So here's what we're gonna do. They don't know this. Well, they kind of know this. I want you guys on the chat and on the Twitter
Frank.
until episode 706.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna take an open call through all our channels. We want you guys to suggest Chris Jericho matches for us to do on the show, and then after 706, for a small period, we're gonna take a poll,
Mm-hmm.
and that's gonna be the season finale of season 7 of This Is
Yeah,
Us.
you could throw Chris Jericho matches in the chat right now.
All right.
If,
Yeah.
if
Do
you-
it
if you're down.
right now if you're down. Otherwise, get at us. We're gonna release the list of what people have been suggesting, and you guys are gonna vote on it, and that's what we're gonna do for our season finale because it's ridiculous.
I've been saying it for a year now. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So okay, so there's that. Really quickly,
Okay.
BTE.
It's a bit now. It's just a bit
I mean,
now.
we've said it 1,000 times, so that's good.
It's just a bit now. Joaquin's
Okay,
bit is
so
saying really
my
quickly.
highlight of BTE, will just really quickly now. I love that Nick has become a comedic genius.
Yeah.
This whole
Oh my
running
God.
joke of basically making Matt a clothes horse for
Yep.
all of their terrible merchandise
Yep.
is incredible. I like the hidden camera trick of moving over and they come back and
Yes.
and
The shirt's gone,
It's
then the
revealed the
recycling
shirt's
bin.
back.
Yeah,
Exactly.
if you're not watching BTE right now, what a great time to start.
Yeah.
They're back on form.
It's in their roots. They went to their roots.
How?
I'll tell you how.
How?
I'll tell you how.
Brandon Cutler?
Brandon Cutler.
Well, yeah.
Well, it's two pronged.
Two contracts Cutler.
Yeah.
I love it. To cut.
Cutler's doing a great job. The camera works great. There's some points where I'm like, autofocus. But
Don't talk about focus.
oh,
dude, we-
good point.
We literally can't critique people's camera
it's
shit.
Yeah,
true.
that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
But
Next week.
I think the other thing is the BTE after its initial Carly Rae Jepsen, which I mean, she's great. I hear that she might be a Coachella. Jealous of the people that get to go to that. I can't go this year, but
So we're talking about emotion in wrestling? Emotion?
no, I'm talking about the
Ooh.
fact that after the initial sort of travelogue period, BTE came into its own because it was wrestlers sort of filling in the in-betweens of wrestling shows, ROH, New Japan. And once they didn't have a promotion to be in, there wasn't an in-between to fill in. It just kind of
Right.
became like, this is what we're doing.
Hey
Yeah.
guys, we're at our house. It's big now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, and they
Okay.
couldn't reveal to us what was happening with AEW because it'd be giving away the farm.
Well, also they got to
Now-
do a trailer for a
Yes.
trailer. You know?
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
now, I truly think that I still think that the BTE is kind of essential viewing.
I agree. I think sometimes
more
there's-
than ever, it's like
Yeah.
totally more congruent with the show than it's ever been.
that's for sure. They really need to do a better job of doing some of the character work that they do on BTE on AEW.
Yeah.
It's just a lack of time.
I know.
And
I know.
and part of that is like I'm just like use Dark.
Yeah.
You've
Well.
got 2 million people watching Dark a week
Yep.
now, more than people that ever watch any
Right.
BTE.
It's true.
Just put it on there.
You
Right.
think so?
Well, to me,
Yeah.
the big segment this week was...
You don't need to
was-
have the big 8-man tag on Dark every week. That's why it's a Dark match.
It's fine.
Right.
It's fine. But the big segment for me this week was the interaction between Hangman and Kenny.
That was good.
This
Yeah.
sort of this like, hey, we're the elite, and Hangman being like,
Yeah, I gotta
not
go.
so much, man. I gotta
Yeah.
go. And it was kind of hard, honestly, as a fan. That's why we do this, right? It's why I
Yeah,
buy all
Coke
these
Zero,
t-shirts.
Coke Zero Kenny's heart was broken.
Yeah.
When he said,
And that heart
hey,
was beating fast to begin with.
when he was like, we're
good.
doing a thing for my birthday, we're all going out, it kind of reminded me of all the times at Hardcock
Yep.
and TGI. And it's
Yeah.
like,
the hard
no.
the Hardcock Cafe.
I kind of hate that we've never seen these guys have dinner together
Since
Oh yeah.
in months, and I
Yeah.
kind of got used to seeing them.
no,
Since New Year's, since the New Year's party.
Since New Year's
walking,
party.
they're busy ordering room service.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they barely.
By the way, the Janela room service episode is fucking amazing.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's the best
Yeah.
one yet.
There's too much.
It's true.
Good wrestling, dude. Tuesday nights are huge. Wednesday nights are
Mhm.
huge. Rest of the nights are fine, I guess.
Okay, what do we think of Angelico and Jack Evans at a Dave and Buster's with Private Party? I hate the silly string.
They're having fun, so whatever. It's fine.
You know what?
Leaning into it.
More
Yeah.
more Angelico and Jack Evans, please.
being shitty, it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was really fun.
The Librarians. What are we thinking about this?
Terrible.
Terrible
That was
segment.
they've had better segments,
Yep.
and I felt like they were really going somewhere for a while, where Peter was just going to rebel against the gimmick.
Well, they've also abandoned like the love story as well. It's no longer like a rom-com story either, so I don't know what's happening.
yeah, now they're just doing bits about where they are.
I'm
Yeah.
convinced now more than ever this is just a vestigial like Tony Khan's E-Fed character was the librarian. This is what we're doing.
Yeah, that's your
That's what
your
it
fan
is.
theory, and you're
Yep.
sticking to it.
Mhm.
I think the librarian thing is meant to be it's so bad it's good, but it's just bad again.
Mhm.
Like they were working it out. They were working it
No.
out, and now they're unworking it out.
You know what? It's a big tent. The tent needs to have some
Bad
shit
acts
in it.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Like
yeah.
okay, if the librarian gimmick was Peter Avalon's forced to be a librarian, and Leva Bates loves it, and that's your dynamic, and you play that in every segment, then it works.
But that's only behind the scenes, not in front of. They when they go in front of the camera,
Yeah.
they're doing this like weird kayfabe thing where it's like they think one thing when they're not on the show and a different thing when they're on the show, and it's just
it's like let's just make it consistent.
who is
now.
it for? I don't know.
All right. Marco Stunt and Jungle Boy check on Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus gives him an inspirational
I
speech.
forgot about
and
this.
Marco gets a
So
mask.
this is all a master stroke, because they had on the segment where this is shot.
Yep.
Is the same episode where Luchasaurus. Oh no, it's the same episode where Pentagon calls Marco Minisaurus.
Correct.
And then afterwards,
Mm-hmm.
it was shot before. He gives Marco the Minisaurus mask, and I'm here for it.
Yep.
That's one of the reasons why I was so sad to not talk about like the show
Right.
last week, was because they had Luchasaurus out with a hamstring injury.
Yeah.
They had to put Marco in, and it was the week where everyone got Marco, and I felt personally vindicated because
Yeah.
I've always liked Marco
Yep.
Stunt. I think he's great.
Yeah, you missed your week, man.
Yeah, I missed my week where I was just like, yeah, this is my shit. Like Marco's getting over with the audience. The internet unturned on Marco's Stunt
Yep.
too.
Yeah.
Reddit's opinion shifted, which
Yeah.
was really nice.
Yeah.
And Yeah,
We were flossing. We all flossed.
I mean, I could.
Britt Baker was
How do you
happy.
do it?
Just thrilled.
Like one of these.
Brit-
It's a visual medium this week.
Yeah.
Are you
God.
doing it?
Didn't
Is this how
even
you do it?
need your
Because
quip.
they said.
Oh Jesus.
That's how you do it, right?
You know, I recently watched Austin Powers on a plane.
Yeah.
So
It's great.
they're-
Hold up.
they're- You know, okay.
Does it hold up? Let us know in the chat.
Okay. Okay.
We were wrapping up.
Okay. So Jay Roden suggests Chris Jericho versus Omega from WrestleMania
Great match.
12.
All right.
So I love the
We're
idea.
putting it in the running.
It's in the running. I love the idea that you can nominate a Chris Jericho match, like a recent Chris Jericho match.
Yeah, it's great.
Because his career is just like being ridiculous.
Man's got a
Contains
new
volumes.
rock.
Yeah.
All bangers.
Yep.
But so I was watching Austin Powers on the plane,
Yes.
and because we're just like, oh man, this is gonna be a real piece of shit. Number one, didn't realize Mike Myers wrote the first one.
He sure
Oh
did.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Number two, it's an actual movie, unlike the sequels.
Yes.
Correct.
Because we actually started watching the second one
It's a love
first, and
story.
I felt like I wouldn't call it a love story.
Hey, let me tell you a lesson we about Austin Powers.
There's a love story in it.
There's a lesson about consent.
Yeah.
There's-
Yeah,
okay,
Austin
yeah.
Powers is woke.
No,
Well,
that I wouldn't say Austin. I wouldn't say Austin Powers woke. I would say that
He's
it's
groggy.
okay. Here's the thing:
A little groggy.
Austin Powers is a real movie.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Guys, we are desperately out of time.
Look.
What else?
What
are
else
we
we
talking
got?
about?
Okay, Joey Janela. Come on, heartwarming segment.
Yeah.
Where a girl revealed that she was pregnant. To her,
Oh, that
to
was
her
cute.
boyfriend.
Yeah.
John Corey mentions Jericho Naito 2, perfect climax to a feud. I agree.
Yeah.
Oh, New Japan.
I love.
Okay.
No, I love it. I love that it's
The
just
new,
like.
all the Nuja stands out here
We're gonna,
giving us.
we're
Yeah.
gonna take that in. You see? You see? I did something live.
I get it. I
That's
get
good.
it. Yeah.
Okay, what else?
You want a
Pac,
cookie?
no. Sammy Guevara and Brandon. Did we think anything about this?
No.
It's just more of what they're doing with that. It's
Yeah,
fine.
Okay,
Yeah,
and then
right.
finally,
Brandon-
Nakazawa.
It's just a funny bit with Kenny.
Fun
It's-
stuff.
Yeah, I can't believe he ate that sandwich. That was disgusting, or whatever that was. A
It
crepe.
was a waffle,
A waffle.
my man.
Yeah,
It was
okay.
a waffle.
I-
Okay.
Here's the thing. More Michael Nakazawa makes me happy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brandon Cutler. That
We're setting a match up. We're gonna get a Guevara Cutler match. That's what it is.
we're going to, and Brandon Cutler is going to lose, and he's going to lose over and over and over and over and
course.
over and over and over again, and he will be the actual underdog.
Yeah.
He'll be the underdog more than a Marco Stunt will be,
100%.
and that's great.
Even though he's very tall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And in great shape. And
He looks good.
yeah.
Two contract Cutler. All right, moving on to AEW Dark. Joey
Oh,
Janela
Jesus.
versus Brandon Cutler. Great. you
Yeah,
know,
it's a good
great.
match. Yeah.
Again, Joey Janela can wrestle.
Yeah.
Good stuff, right? All right, undesirable to undeniable. This week, we basically used to establish QT Marshall as a WrestleMan, not just an Apple
Oh
man.
right. I'm assuming that's gonna happen on Dark this week.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
So Appleman has a match at the English show.
Okay.
So there's a English promotion that's going out of business, and their WWE UK talent was all pulled from the show.
Got
Southside Wrestling is a promotion.
Oh, that's the match is gonna be at.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
okay.
so Appleman is facing Sean Spears. I don't know what to think of that because I thought, for those who don't know, Appleman is just a man who's around who eats apples.
Michael Kulari.
Yeah, Michael Kalari.
QT Marshall.
You see him on Road 2
Twos,
series.
yeah.
He eats apples.
Yep.
He got beat up a couple times.
He's Cody's guy.
Yeah, but apparently he's gonna be a wrestler too.
Good for him. He was a wrestler once upon a time. So I'm interested to see what we do with
I
this.
here's the thing. I didn't know that.
There you
He's
go.
gonna be.
Yeah, there's a movie that we need to watch.
He's an enhancement guy, which
Yeah.
is fine. Yeah.
There's a movie we have to watch.
The
There's a
Wrestler
doc,
or
The
something?
Wrestler.
Yeah.
The other one.
Oh,
not
the
that.
wrestler.
The other one.
No, the other one.
Mickey Rourke, the documentary.
No, the other.
Dangerously out of time.
The
All right,
cat's
what,
in it.
What we think about Taz, who was quote, I was there earlier reading books, talking about the library.
That was very funny.
We
Taz
talking
was
about
good.
Taz?
Yeah, I'm glad.
no
that
rocket busters.
He seems like he's in a good lane for him. I'm happy that he is like doing good work again. He seems excited for this promotion and to be involved with it.
Yeah.
Happy for him. I don't know what else,
I've always I've always been the biggest mark for Taz.
Yeah, same.
I'm the biggest Taz mark. Like when they had him lose on WWE. So him coming and beating Kurt Angle was such a huge moment for me because I love Taz from ECW.
Yep.
and then it peters out, and it's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
And then he has that big rally where he takes the ECW belt off of Mike Awesome,
Right.
and then faces Triple H on SmackDown and loses.
Very, very, very much a bummer.
Yeah. This was very Reign of Terror Triple H. But I'm a big Taz mark. He kind of disappeared. He did the Aces and Eights angle a bit in Impact Wrestling, which was going fine at first and then fell apart.
Yes.
And I'm just glad to see him back around because
it's exciting.
Yeah.
So
but
just a Taz match for us, not for this season.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah. Taz and Bam Bam, or Taz and Sabu, probably, right?
I would. Yeah, those would be the two that pop in my head first as well.
Yeah.
All right, Nyla got her heat back. Okay, so this is the well-worn template, by the way. We're talking about the librarians, of jobbing at the librarians. You got to take out, basically, there's a normal match, and then you got to take out one of them ice climber style, and then you get the job done.
Yeah. I mean,
That is 6 Smash Bros. Reference.
just fine. This match was
I try.
slow.
Dark Order, baby.
This match was slow and kind of dull. I didn't like it. Again, lack of chemistry, I think, between these two.
I heard a lot of critiques for Leva Bates' performance.
She's fine. I just think she.
For
and
me?
I'm not sure if Leva is trying to wrestle at a speed that we know Nyla can go faster, so she's not trying to wrestle for Nyla. Just Leva seemed a step slow, and the match seemed slow, and I just wasn't into it.
There you go. All right. Pac shows off his twisted logic in a promo directed at Moxley. He says he feels
great promo.
betrayed.
He rubbed the blood all over his
so
face.
I didn't see the entirety of this AEW Dark episode, but Pac promo. Pac is so.
He's great.
He's so good. That is, man. He really went from undesirable
Oh, god damn it.
to undeniable.
Although I don't like, I don't know if Chad, if you agree with me, I'm picking nits a little bit here. I don't like that there's an interviewer there with a microphone, and then he shoos her away, and then cuts a promo, and we can hear him fine. So we didn't need that microphone? Question mark.
Oh, Alicia Tout. Maybe she was just off.
Oh, off camera,
'Cause
kind of
she's
holding
a pro.
it. Okay.
I love the idea that you pet over to Alicia Tout just out of frame
With a
Just
directional.
holding them.
Finally, big. It was taking long. 8-man tag. An appropriately loose Elseworld style.
It's a house
dark
show match. It's a
vibe.
house show match.
A few big sort of dark match moments. Cody going to the crowd. OWE standing switch gag. Brandy sent out on the gang. MJF running the ropes only to do this to the fans. And of course, quadruple shattered dreams. Was this fun? Did we have fun? Do we have fun, Michael?
This is an actual dark match.
It's fine. I don't.
This is.
Yeah.
I get the idea that AEW Dark is the dark matches.
Yeah.
It's literally that's for the crowd. It's
not
for us.
You do not need to put this. This is not for public consumption.
No,
this does nothing for anyone.
If you have no room for promos on your main show, this is where your promos
Correct.
go. We don't have to get everyone on the card. That's literally for the dark match.
Yep, 100%.
And
Joaquin, what do you know?
I mean, maybe AEW Dark is just gonna be a marketing gimmick for them, and they'll stop showing that stuff.
Well,
but right now they're trying to pull viewers, so there's have all your stars in it. Feel like you're in on the joke as well, because it's just hey, you know what? The live crowd got this. You know what? We're gonna give it to you too.
I have a feeling though that part of it is that it's a cord cutting era.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's been some people even on our chat who have said I don't have TNT. I can't get Sling. I can't get YouTube TV. So this is AEW for them.
Well, that's unfortunate.
And AEW is the stars on some level. So you know what? You're gonna get the stars that you're not getting on Wednesday.
But then do a New Japan 8-man tag. Don't do a house show 8-man tag. That's all I'm saying. This is a little too goofy.
They kicked them in the nuts.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's they kicked him in the nuts. That's good shit.
Thanks, Vince. Thanks.
You
Vince.
know what?
Yeah.
On that note,
that's a great note.
Yeah, you gotta have some free content. Yeah,
you're absolutely right, John Recording. Absolutely. And look, I like the idea of Dark. I think it's going to be a great thing. It's a resource for them, but again, that's a little too loose.
Well,
for
and
me.
look, last week,
Dark
was amazing.
Exactly.
We didn't talk about it because we didn't have time.
Yeah.
But Jenelle versus Kenny wasn't my favorite match. I thought it was a 3.5 star kind of
a little overblown. Yeah.
But fun.
Janela and Kenny was madness. I don't think it's a star rating kind of deal.
Right.
It was just Kenny's I get to be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kenny was delighting
I
and
can do bad by myself.
Yeah, I can be a bad man.
Yeah. Well,
bad man.
We can litigate that one.
More Rikishi references
at a later time.
We are dangerously out of time.
That's true.
Thank y'all for joining us.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and thank you everybody for joining John Aquarian and Jay Ronan. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
And thank you to everyone who's listening on iTunes. We thoroughly appreciate that as well. If you're listening on iTunes, hit us up on Twitter at TIA Pod or watchingtheelite@gmail.com. Tell us how you feel about our live format in the recorded form.
Yes.
If you're catching this on YouTube, we want to see your comments below.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Hit subscribe, smash that like button. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah.
Sorry we were a little late this week. We'll throw this up on our podcast feed, which you can find at watchingtheelite.com or thisisawesomepod.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But also, we've got a regular show, This Is Awesome, that's coming out. We've got a new episode coming tomorrow. That's Bob Sapp time versus...
It's Bob Sapp time.
I love
I'm
it.
so excited we
Sasaki.
get to a Bob Sapp match.
Yeah.
Yeah, Emperor, thank you so much
Yeah,
for
thank you
joining
for joining
as
us.
well.
Yeah, we
I
really
everybody.
appreciate it. And again,
Yeah.
next week we're hoping this is going to look a lot better. We're really
And-
trying.
Yeah, we're
We'll be in
upping
focus.
we're upping our visual quality. I mean,
Yeah.
we actually have the finest, like pretty much the finest camera you can have for live streaming.
Absolutely, it's kind of stupid.
We just
yeah.
gotta figure it out.
Yeah, we're
and,
gonna-
I'll have a new t-shirt now.
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
I'm
acquiring
looking at
lighting.
Blazer, yeah.
Yeah.
We've already soundproofed the place. We're working more on the green screen. We're just like kind of keep on building onwards and upwards.
Yeah.
And we have you to thank for it. Thank you for Ray again for the 12-month resub. I thoroughly appreciate it. And Kev Makes Things. Thank you so much for your follow earlier. I'm sorry I missed it in the chat. I believe that's
Kev.
actually
Kev.
it's Kevin Chan. Just
Muscle Temple
Good
member.
boy.
yeah. Oh, thank you, man.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you all for watching. Really appreciate it as always. And yeah, we'll be back. You guys are around next week, right?
We
Yeah,
are.
we're on next
Yeah.
week.
Next Wednesday. We'll see you then.
All right.
Until then,
Elite.
watch, Elite.
Second time.